Hello and welcome to NSO at Home Live, a concert series created by the musicians of the National Symphony Orchestra. My name is Marissa Regni. I'm the Principal Second Violin of the National Symphony. I'll be your host tonight and every Sunday night as we bring live music into your homes and hopefully into your hearts. Well, it has been a very rainy, stormy day here in Washington, D.C., but we have some great music for your foul weather mood. We've got the incomparable, the amazing Scott Christian. He's an NSO percussionist, and he is going to be playing a plethora of instruments for you tonight. He's so fantastic. We also have NSO violinist Jennifer Fritz Kim. She'll be joining Scott for a very fun piece in just a couple of minutes. And our youth fellowship student I can't talk. Our youth fellowship student tonight is Benjamin DeHady. He plays the trumpet, and he is just amazing. So we will get to meet him and hear him just a little bit. But we're going to kick things off with Scott. He's going to be playing a piece by the American composer Molly Joyce. And this is a piece called Head to Toe. You're about to see why it's called just that. Let's head over to Scott right now. So cool. I love it. Thank you, Scott. So when Scott says to you, I'll be there with bells on my toes, like he really means it. That was very, very cool. I want to remind all of you that you can follow us on our social media platforms if you so desire. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Now on Facebook, we are NSO Musicians, and on YouTube, we're NSO Musicians. On Instagram, however, we are NSO_musicians. Please check us out. We are always posting new material every day. So we would really appreciate it if you would follow us and subscribe to us and like us. That would be great. All right, now Scott is going to be joined by NSO violinist Jennifer Fritz Kim. This is actually a video that they put together just a couple of days ago. They did this over at Fritz's house. And this is a very fun piece. It's called Hammers, and it's by Andy Akiho. You're going to love what Scott is playing. He's brought out a whole other bag of stuff for this one. He's got a toy piano, which is teeny tiny. I mean, it is a toy. And there's another special instrument perched on top of the piano that you may not have ever thought could be an instrument, but hey. So let's check out this video that Scott and Fritz put together. Here's Hammers. I mean, how fabulous is that? I should say the last time that Scott was on our program, it was this past October, and he played a piece for vibraphones that had aluminum foil on the bars that kind of added a sizzle, and he removed the aluminum foil. And this time he's playing a piece where he's tapping on a wine bottle. So he's just emptying the kitchen out for us. It's fantastic. So I love it. I love it. So cool. As I mentioned, it has been a very rainy day here in DC. And so what better way to celebrate that than this next piece, which is called Rain Chain. And it's by Kristen Custer. So let's head back to Scott now, and we'll hear a little bit of Rain Chain. He'll be on a different instrument now. Bravo. Thank you, Scott. That was so wonderful. We're going to be back again with Scott in just a little while. He's got even more instruments to pull out of his bag of tricks, so very excited to hear what else he has in store for us. But right now we're going to head over to our youth fellowship student. Tonight we are featuring Benjamin DeHady on the trumpet. And as you know, I love this segment of our program. Our youth fellowship program is for teenagers. They get to study with members of the National Symphony Orchestra. It's a very competitive program, and these teenagers have just proven to be so inspiring and just great to get to know, wonderful to hear. I've just absolutely loved getting to know them this past year. It's been certainly a bright spot in this very strange year. Not only do they study with members of the National Symphony, but they also observe our orchestra rehearsals, back when we're actually playing. And they get to sit side by side with us sometimes, which is really a lot of fun. So as you're about to hear, Benjamin is so extraordinary, such a beautiful player. And he studies with NSO trumpet player Tom Couples. We always love to have the teachers on to talk to them and get to know what it's like to work with these kids. So please welcome to the show now, Tom Couples.
How you doing?
Hello, so good to see you. Thanks for being on this evening.
No problem. Good to see you too.
How long have you been teaching in this wonderful program that we've got?
Well, best of my recollection, at least 10 years now.
That's so awesome. Thank you for working with them. I mean, these kids are so, as I was saying before, they've been so inspiring and just great to get to know, hard workers and wonderful musicians. So thank you for the time that you've put in and the dedication. We truly appreciate it.
No, the pleasure's all mine.
Yeah. And how long have you been working with Ben?
About 2.5 years now.
And he's a gem, right? I mean,
Ben he's been great to teach. He's one of the rare combinations where you have an incredibly talented student combined with incredibly smart and just a work ethic and drive like not very many have. And as you know, in this business, if you want to make it, you need a combination of all three of those. There's no one of those three that will get you past the goal line in a career in music. You have a better chance of having a career in the NFL if you're a high school football player than making it in the music business. So with the combination of those, watching Ben come together over the last couple of years has been a pleasure. He's a sponge, so he seeks advice, he seeks other players, and all in all, it's going to be great to see where he winds up, because if he keeps going at the rate he is, there's no limit to what he can achieve.
That's so awesome. A teacher's dream, right?
Absolutely. I'd take 100 of him any day.
Yeah. Well, right now we'll just take one of him. So we're going to bring him on the show and get to know Ben a little bit. So welcome now, Ben DeHady.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Oh my gosh, Ben, the pleasure is all of ours. Thank you so much for being here. So in addition to being a spectacular player, as everyone is about to hear, you have started your own production company, right?
Yes. Earlier this year, I started a audio and video production company.
Yeah. And what's it called?
It's called BJD Productions. And we do a lot of things from recording different instrumental videos and also recording different videos and audios too. So we kind of are in between the audio production world and the video production world. So there's lots of versatility in the production company.
That's amazing. And you're getting customers, like paid customers, right?
Yeah, I actually am working with the American Youth Philharmonic Orchestras and producing a lot of their virtual ensemble videos for their clarinet ensemble.
That's so great. And I should tell everybody that tonight we're not going to hear you live. We're going to actually get to see one of the videos that you produced of you playing, which is so beautifully done. We'll see that in just a second. But it's so great that you just have your hands in so many different pots. So you are currently a senior in high school.
Yes.
Yeah. Where do you go to school? Shout out to your school.
I go to the Keystone National School. It's actually an online school because a couple of years ago, my family and I decided that homeschooling would be best for me to be able to achieve my goals as a musician and also as a person. So the Keystone School, since it's an online school, it's giving me a lot of flexibility to be able to practice and properly dedicate enough time to my instrument.
Awesome. And what are your plans next year?
I'm definitely looking forward to going to a college or conservatory next year. Right now, it's kind of the time right before a lot of the college results come out, but it's definitely a part of the plan to become a trumpet performance major at a university or conservatory sometime in the near future.
Well, best of luck, and I know you're gonna do so great. When you're not playing the trumpet, going to school and producing videos, what do you like to do in your free? I hate to say free time. Do you have any free time? You must have some free time.
I don't really have a lot of free time, but I do love to listen to music. I'm an avid music listener. I listen to as much music as I can, and I also like playing basketball and going on hikes too. So
Awesome. Well, Ben, thank you so much for being on. So I cannot wait. I've actually seen this video, so I cannot wait to share it with the world because it is so beautiful. I mean, it's so beautiful to look at, but even more beautiful, your playing is just spectacular. So we wish you all the best. I cannot wait to hear where you end up next year. I'm gonna keep tabs on you because I know you're gonna do great. As Tom said, the sky's the limit for you. So thank you both so much for being on. Thank you, Tom, for the work you've done with the students, and thank you, Ben. And we just wish you all the best.
thank you so much for having me on this show.
Yeah.
Thank
All right,
you.
we're going to turn things over now to Ben's video, and he's going to be playing some Bach for you tonight. So here's Ben to Haiti. such gorgeous playing. I mean, sublime. Thank you, Ben, so much for sharing that video with us, for sharing your artistry with us. Cannot wait to see where you end up in the future. Just spectacular. I love it. All right. If you are interested in our youth fellowship program, or perhaps you know somebody that might be, I urge you to check us out. You simply tap into your Google search engine, NSO Youth Fellowship Program, and a little link will pop up that you can click on, and it will take you to all kinds of information. I urge you to check it out. It's, as I say, it's such a wonderful program with such amazing teens partaking of it. So please check us out and spread the word. And like I say, if you know somebody that might be interested, we would love to see if they could join us in our wonderful program for teens. All right, we're going to head back now to Scott. So far, you have heard him play the glockenspiel, the desk bells, the ankle bells, the toy piano, the wine bottle, and the vibraphone. What more could he be pulling out of his hat? You say, well, believe it or not, he's got a couple more instruments. And we're going to check out what they are. So let's head over to Scott right now.
Hey, Marissa.
Hey, how you doing? It's always such a pleasure to have you here because you just do the most amazing stuff.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Oh gosh. Now we should tell everybody tonight, this is not actually the world's largest living room, but you are actually not in your house, but at the University of Maryland. Is that correct?
Correct. I'm in the band room there. That's where I could access all these instruments in one place to perform tonight.
Yeah. Well, thank you to them for letting you use the space, and you would even match the walls, which I love.
You know, I didn't plan that. That's
You got your Terrapin red on. I love it.
That's right.
So, okay. We should note that all of the composers that you're playing music by tonight are all living composers, right?
Yep. Right.
So is that sort of standard? I mean, because of the types of instruments you're playing, you know, you don't hear a lot of like music for snare drum by Johann Sebastian Bach or Mozart, right?
Right. I mean, we do transcribe that music, just, you know, kind of like Ben did on the trumpet, which she sounded phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, the percussion literature is relatively young in comparison to some other instruments. But at the same time, I think I just enjoy dealing with living composers because I like the interaction. I like being able to talk to them, play their pieces for them, and get some feedback, and learn that way, where I can ask them questions that I can't ask Bach and Beethoven and those
right.
You know, and I think it's important for myself to you know, work with composers so that they get their music played. I mean, that one of the reasons that we don't necessarily play Mozart's 13th Symphony is because he wrote, because like as he wrote more and more symphonies, they just got like to be better masterpieces. And I think as composers write, they get better at their craft and they need their music performed. So that's also kind of a fun thing to be able to get to do.
Yeah, amen to that. So the piece you're about to play, I want you to tell everybody a little bit about it because it's very cool. It's written about a special someone.
Yeah, sure. It's so Auntie Akiho calls this piece Umi, and Umi is a puppy. Well, not really a puppy, I guess a full-grown dog now. But Umi Greeny is the dog of Jonathan Greeny, who's the timpanist in the Organ Symphony, and he got this commission by Sean Tilburg and Pocket Percussion to write a piece. And so what he's did is he's sampled Umi's bark and then manipulated it, making it into rhythms and some different patterns, and then added a couple other kinds of sounds to it. But it's primarily featuring Umi and the snare drum as kind of a duet.
Awesome. Now we have a picture of Umi, I know, that we can share with everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I mean, with the hat and everything. How cute is that?
So last night I was kind of teching this, and I FaceTimed Andy, and he was actually at the Greeny family. And so as soon as Umi heard him barking through the speakers, he started barking too. So it was kind of funny. That's the first time that I had seen Umi. Yeah, and it's great because my partner Miranda and I got a little dog during about September, whose name we named him Bonham after John Bonham, the drummer in Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And he's our little rock and roll puppy, and so definitely want to dedicate this to Bonham.
We have a picture of Bonham too. We got to be fair as fair. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, there he is, my little miniature schnauzer. And Miranda and I put a little gold napkin on him to make that little bow tie.
He's like a disco dog.
Yeah, that's it. There's an artist in town, Maggie O'Neill, that's doing a pop-up thing that we went to, and super cool. Has a professional photographer, and that's where we got those. We mainly staged Bonham in those photos.
I love it. Well, someday you're going to have to commission a piece where Bonham gets to bark instead of me or something.
He does plenty of that at home.
We'll be very happy to hear Umi. So we're very excited about this piece. So this is for snare drum and this distorted Umi's bark on the computer. So I know you need to switch and tap some stuff on your computer. So I'm going to let you do that. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to let you play Umi. We're very excited. Woof, woof.
Okay. I got to get close to the camera to do this because it's on my computer. So excuse me.
love that. I guess it's official now. Our show has gone to the dogs. No, that was canine-tastic. I love it. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Umi. Brilliant performances. That had me grinning from ear to ear the whole time. Thank you so much. Okay, this is our 48th week on the air. Hard to believe. It seems so, I don't know, not so long ago we were starting off and we thought it would only be a month, and here we are 48 weeks into it. If you have been enjoying these shows, and we sure hope that you have been, if you've been tuning in all along, or maybe this is your first week joining us, and thank you for doing that, but perhaps you'll consider a donation to the National Symphony Orchestra. If you would like to do so, you simply go to kennedy-center.org/support NSO. Any money that you give is 100% tax deductible. It sure would mean the world to us. It has been a very long time since we've been able to perform in front of a live audience. It's been, well, over a year at this point. So we would appreciate any money that you are willing and able to donate to the symphony at this time. All right, we're going to head back to Scott. He's going to be playing a different instrument. Surprise, surprise. Now he's going to be playing the marimba now. And this is a piece called Skipping Stones. And it is by Keegan Fountain. So let's head back to Scott. No more barking dogs, just a marimba. Oh, that was so lovely. Thank you, Scott. I love it. I felt like I was down by a little brook throwing the stones. So nice. We will be back with Scott in just a minute. First of all, I want to remind you that while you are checking us out on social media, perhaps you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can see all of our shows. As I mentioned, this is our 48th week on the air. So there are 47 shows before this one. If you've missed any of those, if you want to rewatch them, they're all there from the very beginning. You can see how we started, how we've progressed, how we've evolved, the things we've learned. But most importantly, the most important thing you're going to see is just the immense talent and just great musicianship from the National Symphony Orchestra, and also from our colleagues in the Kennedy Center Opera House Orchestra. They've joined us on some of our programs. We've had family members joining us. It's just been a remarkable musical journey. So please check out some of those previous shows. They are all there, archived for your binging pleasure. Speaking of Kennedy Center Opera House musicians joining us, next week we will have a string quartet, and that is NSO violinist Natasha Bogacek and her husband Zeno Bogacek, who's in the Kennedy Center Opera House Orchestra. They both play violin. And they are going to be joined also by Philippe Chow, who plays viola in the Kennedy Center Opera House Orchestra, and by Igor Zubkovsky, who plays cello in the Kennedy Center Opera House Orchestra. So they'll be playing some string quartets, some new pieces, much like tonight. We're going to be showcasing some living composers and some really unique new works for string quartet. Also, our youth fellowship students are going to join us. This is a woodwind quintet made up of our youth fellowship students, and they've put together a really clever little Zoom video. So we're going to watch them perform and get to talk to their coach, Jamie Roberts, who's one of our producers on this show. So that will be very fun. Please join us next Sunday at 7 p.m. for that. So speaking of new works, new composers, this is very exciting. This is a world premiere that we are about to hear on our show. It's called Blue. It's by a composer named Kevin Krumenauer. And Scott will be playing this on the marimba as well. So we welcome Scott back for this final piece on our program tonight. This is a world premiere, Blue. Hey, bravo, Scott. God, what a great evening of just such unique music. I love all the different instruments, so brilliantly played. I mean, I knew to expect that from you. You're so fabulous. So thank you so much, Scott, for being here. Thank you to Jennifer Fritz Kim for her wonderful performance back a while ago with the toy piano. And just that was spectacular as well. And of course, the incomparable Benjamin Haiti on the trumpet. We wish him all the best. Cannot wait to hear how things go for him in the future. That is it for us this evening. Just a couple of reminders. If you want to donate money to the National Symphony, you can do so by going to kennedy-center.org/support-NSO. Next week we'll be back 7 p.m. Eastern. We've got a string quartet made up of Natasha and Zeno Bogacek on the violins, Philippe Chow on viola, and Igor Zubkovsky on the cello. And our youth fellowship students will be together for a woodwind quintet. So we look forward to welcoming 5 young, talented students and getting to talk to them a little bit about their experiences in the playing woodwind quintets together. That is it for us this evening. Of course, I want to thank the usual suspects, our wonderful producers, Bob Reardon, Jamie Roberts, and Dave Murray. I want to thank Thomas Baker for his beautiful artwork. I want to thank Sophie Edwards for all of her help putting together all of the tech stuff on my end of your device, or my end of my device. Please check us out on our social media. Like us, subscribe to us, check out what we've been up to, and we cannot wait to see you next week, 7 p.m. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay healthy.